And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Factorio in our Uber production series, working on RCSs. And yeah, I've got all the trains. We got the greens, we've got the reds and the blues. I've got 5 trains for greens and 5 for reds, and only 3 or 4 for blues, because we are going to use 5 times more greens and reds than we are going to be using blues. Because it's 5 each for these and only 1 each for these. So yeah, that's the gist of it. And so yeah, let's get started. My base is going to really kick into high gear. I do believe I have enough production to cover this. I'm hoping. I mean, nothing is guaranteed. You know, the base hasn't been fully maxed for a while. I haven't had maximum amount of production, but you know, here's to hoping. I might want a few more green trains because it's so far away. You know, there's quite a distance between where are we? Way up here and way down here. So the more trains you have, the better. And prepare for loud noise. RCS. There's the reds. Where are my greens? Blues are here. There are my greens. I knew you guys could make it. There we go. As they fill up, they will. Oh yeah, see the the FPS went down. Yeah, that is a direct result of all my circuits, all my circuit outposts kicking on. If we look at our production right now, after a minute, you can see processing units. We're sitting about 1.2 million a minute. And red circuits sitting at about 90,000 a minute. Not too shabby, but blues are going to kick on, so that's going to start pulling a lot of greens. And greens right now is something I really want to refactor. While this system works, it's not the best. I mean, I think I could probably design better and more efficient, because this is not getting the most out of what I can do. It's good, but you can see the gaps in the supply here, like my little system of adding, you know, little loops like this isn't quite what it could be. All right, get those things running. Now, making sure modules. Although this down here is throwing off our numbers. These down here. So it's not exactly accurate, but we're gonna run with it anyway. Let's actually do. I have 2 banks, so I'm gonna have 2 belts coming out of here. One there. Okay, and the other belt is gonna come out on the bottom here, supplying these. Like so. This one could probably just go directly. Like so. That'll give me a reference point. This is almost full. That's a lot of speed modules, by the way. That's a lot of speed modules. Whew. All right. Make sure they get all the way to the end. They should. Trying to have enough to actually build that up. That's a lot of speed modules. Wow. Woo-wee. And finally. Oh, look at that. Okay, now for the blues, and blues are going to need to be decompressed, and we are definitely going to need some sort of little swirly-doo here. So let's grab this, maybe both sides. Maybe both sides of this one probably match a little bit better. Do we have undergrounds? We don't, but we could do like that. There. And there. Okay. Two outputs out of here should do it. Now what we really need to remember, one of these belts is enough for 25 full belts of supply. So I don't really think we need two belts coming out, but you know, we have the technology. We might as well use it. So, and all I need to do is hook that up, but I'm going to wait for a second. I want to filter all of these out. How many is this going to be a second? This is going to be 119 per second. Okay, I don't think, I hope, that we don't need any fancy schmancy amount of material here. Okay, we need something like that. Okay, now some place to store these, and remember, these again are, they don't stack very high, not even a little. So how about we do one, two. Well, let's just copy what we have for here. Up, over. I want to make sure these are placed right. Sometimes when the bots place the belt before the mini loader doesn't reset itself. Okay, those are all right. Those look all right. There we go. So this right here is going to be the main one that we're going to be pulling off of. All right, now we can run the blues and really go crazy with production. Oh, did I miss? I missed a step, didn't I? Here I was all ready for the big reveal, and I missed kind of an important step. All right, everybody's running. Looks pretty good. Turn off Alt just to see, make sure all the machines are sort of doing their thing, and then we can check production. Turn those off, turn these on. So, rocket control units, we are producing right around the 7,000 mark per minute. Is that enough? Per minute. Yeah, we needed 7,100. I don't know how to read. How do I get accurate numbers from these? It makes me think that I actually need to add another one of these, which is why I left so much space. Okay. I think we're good there. As soon as these get their modules, then I'll plug these in. Come on, modules. There they are. Let's check our production now. Yep, now we're exceeding slightly, but we might be losing on modules or not. Did I overbuild modules like on purpose? Speed module. So we're producing. Again, this is not accurate, but we are producing more than we're consuming. So that's the thing. I guess keep an eye on this. If this empties out and this thing empties out, that means this needs maybe a little bit of an expansion. But if this is backed up like this, you should be all good. And RCSs are, wow, crazy fast how fast these things are stacking up. Crazy. So yeah, let's see. What else can I mention? Somebody mentioned like blueprinting. Like, can they give me a blueprint, or can I give them a blueprint of my mall? And I don't really ever blueprint my mall. Pretty much every game of Factorio I've played, I've redone the mall. I've done as many different designs of a mall as I've played Factorio games. Every game is different. Every game has a different layout. Every game I try something different. Like this time, this is unique to this game. Both the 1.0 series and this Uber production series is having sort of a sub bus for the mall. Because the mall typically doesn't go through that many things. Like, I don't need to build solar panels in here. I don't need to build a lot. So some of the resources are pretty standard. You know, all the circuits, iron, copper, brick, steel, plastic, gears, is basically all you get. And, you know, there are clusters of resources that use the same sort of things. So you've got steel and gears, and all the circuits actually go into quite a lot of things with the settings and stuff that I have. So yeah, there's just every game is different, and you only get better at something when you practice it. And so learning how to sort of find ways of coming in here and, you know, adding stuff and changing stuff, because your settings, like one of the settings I have in this game is that the previous tier, or the tier of whatever you're crafting, especially with logistics, doesn't need the previous tier. So this is my belt system. Whereas if you didn't have that option in the settings, if you had it default, you would need every other tier of belt here, and it would just be this monster system. And one of the reasons why I chose that option is to minimize the monster systems, to have as many crafting systems as possible simplified, because the mall, I mean, once it's built, it's built. Once you have this stuff automated, it's done, and you don't need to have high throughputs. So I don't need super advanced tech in order to make that work. You know, I always try to encourage people to learn and, you know, set the mods however you want and, you know, play it your way. Your way does not necessarily mean my way. You know, playing what I'm doing here with these enormous setups might not be your cup of tea. And that's fine. I am just fine with that. You may think it's abhorrent that, you know, I do things a certain way. And one of the beauties of this game in particular is how easy it is to play it however you want. And yeah, it's a glorious game. And look at that drop. Yeah, my copper system is using a metric ton of resources. This is another one of those that I designed a long time ago and didn't design that looping system. There's really no room for it either. So yeah, I don't know how I'd fit that in without redesigning the whole thing. Okay, so RCSs are a go. We have what we need. What we have left is, so we have the low density structures. These I doubled up. Now we have the rocket control units. Now we need the rocket fuel. Now, I don't know about you, but the rocket fuel is one of those that is really, it's icky. It's an icky, because it needs solid fuel and light oil, and solid fuel can be had from light oil. So in basically, light oil can really get you a lot. Now, you know, not wood gasification, no, advanced oil processing. You can see advanced oil processing gives you some good light oil. I mean, basic process doesn't give you any. It gives you good light oil, and it gives you a lot of petroleum gas. Now, petroleum gas is not ideal. Getting petroleum gas, it's more wasteful in terms of solid fuel and stuff. We need more light oil than we need anything else. So I am thinking that we are going to create a huge system for wood or coal liquefaction. The system we have right now uses the wood gasification. Okay, we uses this one. Basically just takes the wood, some water, and you get, you know, heavy and a little bit of heavy, a little bit of light, and some petroleum gas out of it. Again, we don't want petroleum gas. I would rather have a crap ton of heavy oil with a tiny, tiny bit of petroleum gas, and then crack that heavy oil down into light and use the light for not only the solid fuel, but also the rocket fuel. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to do a massive system for coal gasification, and we are going to make just an enormous amount of coal, because we have a ton of coal around the base, a ton of it, and we have no other use for coal other than plastic, right? Because plastic we're making with coal, but I mean, yeah, we're using a lot of plastic. We're definitely using a lot of plastic. Don't get me wrong, but these coal veins are enormous. Like, this 278 million vein has been serving our plastic needs up until now. And I still need to come down here, I think. And I don't know what I need to do, but I will need to make sure that we are producing plastic, because once this system kicks on and it's on steady, we are going to start seeing some problems. Just FYI, we're going to start seeing issues. We need to ramp up petroleum gas production. Speaking of which, but getting off topic here. So maybe up here we have a ton of coal up here. 138, 159. That's fine. That's almost 200 million. Yeah. Excuse me. Yeah, there's over 200 million coal here. There's another 36 million right there. I'd like to build it near some coal. Like, maybe over here would be a good idea. Yeah, I think over here might be a good idea. Just a massive system for... because we gotta kind of avoid some of these patches. But this big block right in here, plus we have some crude oil that we could... I mean, it's not much. We're going to mainly focus on coal gasification. Because we have a lot... I need something to do with all these coal veins that we have running around the base. So yeah, I think right in here is probably our best bet for coal. We've got radars all the way around. I don't think I need this right there. Yeah, we got radars everywhere. So, so the first thing we want to do to prep the area because all these trees are dead anyway. So, because we've got a little bit of pollution. Just, you know, a little bit of pollution running around our base. Speaking of wood, how much wood do we have in here? Ah, not bad. Plus, you know, what this also does is allow all the bots to go home. As you can see, we're adding construction bots. Crazy, right? We have over 6,600 construction bots. And yeah, this was a lot of trees. This was a lot of trees. All right, so I'm gonna let the bots do their thing as they fly in from far and wide and get things done. And then I'm gonna create the train stop. Probably down here. I'm gonna probably have a train stop. Yeah, down here somewhere, because I've built so many train stops on camera and they're very, very time consuming, So I'd rather build those off camera and jump right into trying to figure out how to automate all of the things here when the time comes, and be able to jump into it for the next episode. Look at all that wood, crazy. It's amazing. I love bots. I love the bots. Okay. So, I need to get down there, and we need to get this stuff prepped. All of my RCSs are done. And, yeah, we've got a little bit left to do here. So, I think the blue circuits is probably the closest blue circuits. So yeah, that's going to do it for this episode, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.